Welcome to the educational portion of this video. There are tabs available for this if you go to my website, www.erichaugenguitar.com. Let me briefly talk about the equipment I'm using to make the sounds. This is an Epiphone Emperor Regent. This is the stock pickup. I have a bass cut switch installed that I do have engaged right now to remove some of the low end. I'm going into my board using my Strymon Deco for a little bit of compression, my Strymon Flint for a little bit of reverb. Thank you to Rode Microphones for helping me out with this NTR active ribbon mic. I'm using a old Silvertone 1484 in channel 1, volume quite low. Let's walk through this little arrangement of Tchaikovsky's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Let's look at the first part. Okay, I am hybrid picking. You don't have to. You could use a regular pick approach as well. What do we got here? We got 0, 2, and 3 starting on the D string. That's just the low part of a D minor chord or a D chord without the pretty note from up top. 0, 3, 5, 0, 6, 4, and then it's neat when you come back you switch it around to 0, 3, 2. So that gave us that cool little sneaky opening. Quite gently I play this. And then we're at that main melody. Let's look at that. That's a D minor chord way up high. That's just the standard form, an octave higher. And I do use hybrid picking. Let me rotate this way so you can see, to get the 14 and the 13 like that. And then you're going to go down to 12 and 12, 9 and 9, 10 and 10. So that gives you, that's the first little move. And then it's just this little triangle shape, which you can think of as a diminished chord. You could also think of it as a upper portion of a 7th chord. So that's going to be 8, 7, 8. Back it up to 7, 6, 7. One more fret down. I'm not going to even try to analyze these. Oftentimes I'll try and understand the music theory behind something, but with Tchaikovsky I'm not going to worry about it. Then you're up to a D minor location here, off of a 10th fret bar chord. So that's just flat across those 10s with the pointer finger. So the G and the B, the high E, and then that's a G minor chord I'm going to put on there. 12 and 11, still 10 on top, and then back to the 10 and 10. So that little passage. This is one of the trickier bits, the little boodle-doo-doo. So that's 0 on the D, moving over to the A string, 3, 2, 0. Land on the 4 of the low E. Notice I do a pull-off on those. Now you immediately jump to like a G minor 7 type thing on the 3 and the 6 of the G and the B. So that was 3 and 6, off to 3 and 3, back to the 6, then to the 5. There's that triangular diminished shape again, 6, 5, 6, resolving to a D minor chord up here, 7, 6, 5. Way up to the 13s. So that's 13 on the G, 13 on the high E. Resolving to an A minor up there, that's 14, 13, 12. An E7, that is 13, 12, 10. To an A major, 14, 14, 12. And then to an E7, 13, 15, still 12 up top. Back to that A. So where's that coming from? Let's see. And then a little walk down a D minor. That's on the G string, 2, 0, 3, 2, 0. And let's see, and then you're back around to the... that passage again. Then you jump to the second ending. So that's 3-2-0 on the D string, double pull off, and 3 on the A, slide back, because now you're at an E7. So you're landing on that 2 there, and then 1 and 3 on the G and the B. That's an E7 chord, resolving to an A7. 5-2-2, across that is D, G, and B. D7. So it's a series of secondary dominants, which is like the E7 sets up the A7 sets up the D7 sets up the G7, the G7, etc. It's a music theory trick. So I was at the A7, the D7 I'm going to be using this form, 5-4-5. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, notice how I have to kind of use ring finger, middle finger, and pointer so I can get my pinky out to that 5. 5-4-5. He's ready on the 2. That G7 is just 3-0-0, resolving to a C7, which is kind of the same thing I did on the D7, but a little lower, resolving to an F. So that if that's C, there's my C7. Resolving to this little portion of an F, just 3 and 2 on the D and the G, and then a big A chord. Okay, so that's 0 and 2, and he's actually flat, so that I can get that 2 and that 5. Resolving to that D minor, which he's flat again across those upper 3s, 5-3-3. So yeah, I'm hybrid picking this whole thing. Let me play that final passage, kind of rotated. Yeah, so you can see my hand. What a fun little Christmas thing to put together. I like how it's little and sneaky. Well, I think that is a nice little walkthrough of that. I hope that is interesting and fun for you. Thanks for watching.